Now, with breaking news.
Look in Fort Pierce, where deputies have just arrested a man who'd barricaded himself inside his vehicle. Turns out that man is a former Miami-Dade police officer who may have gotten into a fight with his girlfriend.
The scene unfolded at a packed truck stop just off Orange Avenue, Kings Highway, and that is where we find CBS 12's Aaron McPherson with the very latest. Aaron?
Just an hour ago, this scene was swarming with police. The Denny's evacuated. Now the scene is clear. The store has been reopened. This after the man barricaded in his own vehicle decided to go willingly with police. Around noon, the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office started getting calls about a man threatening to harm himself. After about 30 minutes of searching, Sheriff Ken Mascara says deputies found the former Miami-Dade police officer barricaded in his own car with a handgun and blankets on the windows, blocking vision inside. After hours of negotiations, the sheriff talked with the man, and he eventually came out with his hands up.
He was going through a lot of personal things in his life, and I told him I know what that feels like. We all know the pain that sometimes can affect these law enforcement officers, and I said, we're all one big family, we're here to take care of you, and he kind of just felt relieved that it was all over.
Sheriff Mascara says it all started when that man got into an argument with his girlfriend. Now they plan on taking him to a mental health facility so he can get the help he needs, and that man's name has not yet been released. Live in St. Lucie County, Aaron McPherson, CBS 12 News.
Okay, here in the 4 o'clock hour, we have an update to a developing story. There was a standoff underway in the Fort Pierce area
involving a former police officer. Let's go to Belkis Noran at the news desk. Belkis?
Well, we had told you about this former Miami-Dade police officer who was threatening to commit suicide at a St. Lucie County truck stop, and police were there with hostage negotiators, a SWAT team, etc. We have good news. He did surrender. He surrendered peacefully. He did not hurt himself, and no one was injured during the standoff between a former Miami-Dade police officer in St. Lucie County at a truck stop. The girlfriend of this former officer contacted authorities and said he had threatened suicide. They had had some sort of a fight. They ended up at that truck stop, and he made threats. He was armed and barricaded inside a car, but he has surrendered, and it has been a peaceful resolution to this situation. We have a crew on the way. We'll have more for you later during the afternoon. Live at the news desk, I'm Belkis Noran, 7 News.
Hey. Aaron, you good? You gonna go live? Yeah, you want this shirt. Okay, so for your super duper cameras, nobody's live.
We are.
Nobody's
You were streaming
We're
live
streaming right now,
now.
so just on the web. We're not live on the air, but we're
So you do have a show. So you have audio live.
Yeah.
My name's Aaron McPherson. I'm the new treasure
Get
post
out
reporter.
of here. I've heard about you.
Oh, well, good.
And have you met this guy?
Yeah.
You have not, Greg?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're streaming live.
We're streaming live?
Yeah.
You guys holding mics? Okay.
Okay, who wants to do this?
I'll be middle.
You want to shoot over my shoulder? I'm not moving, buddy.
Mine away?
Right, the other time we got this call was at
12:09.
12:09. Wow, okay.
Oh man, busy day for you guys.
Yeah, I know.
You ready?
Yeah. We're ready?
Sheriff, what's going on here?
Well, at 12:09 this afternoon, we received a call from Miami-Dade from a female stating that her boyfriend was here in St. Lucie County and was threatening to commit suicide. That's how the call came in. From that, a progression of calls came in also from Miami-Dade Police Department, and this suspect here is where he works. He's a former Miami-Dade police officer. He got into a fight with his girlfriend, I guess, this morning. Came to St. Lucie County. He called her and said he was going to end it all. His phone was pinged, and it was actually pinged a little bit south of here, about a mile. We converged on the area, and one of our deputies found him here in the parking lot of the Flying J. Now, where he is positioned, as you could tell, is a very high traffic area. You have Denny's, you have the Flying J. So we've secured the parking lot, sadly, for anyone who wants to come here. And we have had discussions with him. We're attempting to talk him out of his vehicle and giving up and going to get mental health help. And that's where we are.
Have you seen a weapon at all?
He does have a weapon. And how we know that is he FaceTimed his girlfriend, and she shared that with us, where he had a weapon.
You said he works for...
He formerly worked for Miami-Dade Police Department.
But he's up here because he lives here, or just...
We don't know why he picked St. Lucie County, other than the Turnpike and 995 converged, and we might have got off either one of those.
You said your deputies found him here. Did
Correct.
they say anything to him?
No, as soon as they realized who it was, they backed off for us to establish a little bit more personnel and a perimeter so no one would get hurt.
Now, who's here? What agencies, or what are you doing here? Do you have a SWAT team?
It's, originally, we had us in Fort Pierce Police Department. As we had more personnel here, we relieved Fort Pierce Police Department. Our SWAT team is here. Our hostage negotiations is here. And we have a full complement of deputies to secure the perimeter, and that's who we have on scene.
Now, you talked about how it's such a high traffic area at this specific truck stop, but what about the traffic driving by? Is there any danger there for them? I mean, it's very high traffic.
Well, they've mapped out a possible angle of where bullets might occur, and we feel anywhere behind this Denny's is safe. The line of traffic, or the line of something happening this way, is very small. So we've just closed off the immediate threat, which would be right into this parking lot and the parking lot to the east where his truck is.
So has the Denny's been evacuated?
Yes, that was evacuated first when we got here, and then we shut these pumps down and got everybody out. We are allowing trucks to enter the Flying J to get their diesel and leave. They're not allowed to go into the back parking lot, again, because this building shields any activity over here.
This is where the bus stops, right?
No, it's the other Flying J on
okay.
Okeechobee Road.
Sheriff, why all the apparatus?
Well, I mean,
is it because he's a former law enforcement?
Well, he's made a pretty serious threat, so we just want to make sure we have the assets to deal with any threat that he might pose for our public and us.
And right now, the threat is only on himself?
So he says, correct.
Is there anything else you'd like to add at this time?
That's it.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff.
You're welcome. Right in front of his, so there's no escape. I mean, he's there now for the durations.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. I'm live in Fort Pierce, so he's not worried about getting shot.
Calling.
I'm a new reporter. I haven't had the intention to do so. Aaron McPherson. Aaron Mac. Oh, you pronounce it First.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome. We've only been together 4 days now. We're supposed to be introducing her and everything to everyone. We can get around to everyone else. So, you know how that works.
Thanks for being going through.
You have over at Walton Rocks too?
No, it's a I just talked with Sheriff Ken Mascara with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, and he says that man is still barricaded inside of his truck. He's been there for the last 3 hours. I'll move out of the shot here so you can see. We'll zoom into exactly where his truck is. We're told that he's still in the truck.
Silver. Okay, so it's gray or black? Silver then, yeah.
He's like, you can see me right now.
Yeah.
Test, test. I sure can. Yes, I can. That might. Okay, you want me to wrap it up too? Oh. Okay. I don't look that bad, do I? The sun is terrible. I'm gonna get out of the way. Stand by. I'm Angela Rozier live here in St. Lucie County near Fort Pierce, where there's a breaking scene happening right now. There's a barricaded suspect here behind me. We're here at the Flying J, which is located just west of I-95, just off of Orange Drive here in Fort Pierce. You can see behind me St. Lucie County Sheriff deputies here with their SWAT team, also here with fire rescue. What we've been told is they got a call shortly after noon today from Miami-Dade County that one of their own was here threatening to commit suicide. According to the sheriff we talked to just moments ago, Ken Mascara, he says the man here who is barricaded inside a vehicle here, a truck here that has aluminum foil around the windows, he told his girlfriend that he was going to kill himself. She contacted the authorities, and Miami-Dade contacted the sheriff's office here. Right now we've been here for a couple of hours. They've evacuated the Denny's, which is located here inside this Flying J truck stop here in Fort Pierce. Now the Flying J, there's still customers inside, but they're out of the line of fire. The sheriff told us we have a very busy intersection here, but they're also being diverted away from what's going on right now. Now, SWAT team, they've been on the scene for a little over an hour. We talked to the sheriff, like I said a few moments ago. Nothing has changed yet. They have negotiators there trying to get him to turn himself in. I asked the sheriff also if he saw a gun, if they knew he had a gun, and that was confirmed. He does have a weapon with him. No more details besides that. In the meantime, the sheriff says they're going to be out here and give us another update as soon as it's available. And we will be here throughout the evening, and we'll do an update at 5 o'clock. Reporting live in Fort Pierce, Angela Rozier, WPBF 25 News. Thank you.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.